Anybody can speak English. Believe me, anybody can speak English now. Even though they are not fluent English speaker, but somehow they can improvise their conversation skills. Every day, this is my part of job to meet many people from the world, and especially from the different country. From the different countries like UK, US, China. I meet many people every single day in my public speaking journey. What I get from them, they are English speaker, but they are not fluent English speaker. Okay, sometimes I met fluent English speakers. Yeah, I met many times a many fluent speaker. They come to my show and they talk to me. But the most important part, what I have noticed, when it comes to speaking English in front of the public, many people just lost their balance and start trembling. They start wandering here, there, do not have any idea what they should say and what they need to really deliver that people would really have interest to listen them, or they can really make themselves completely presentable or something look like that. So when they start losing their balance, just why? Because they do not have any idea what this is speaking all about, how to be a fluent in front of the public. So the most important thing that you need to understand from this video, I'm going to tell every single thing from my own personal experience first of all. So when you will just apply these tricks in your life, people will be like, how could he or she be this much confident? So believe me, all the things that I'm going to discuss here, that topics are all the topics which you should be focusing on deeply, and you have to understand it quite well. So let's start without wasting our time. Let's start this video. I can't wait to give you these 5 topics, by the way. So the number one is like, be sure your content is good. Mostly what happened, nobody wants to listen you, man. If you do not have a good content, nobody's going to give a damn about you. So imagine it's like you have a certain content where many people have been repeating this content over and over again, over and over again. So like your content must be in the way that people would get interest at least to listen to you, and that's the duty of public speaker. So if you are a public speaker, if you want to speak English in the public, in front of public, the first important thing you need to do, just focus in your content, what you're going to deliver to your public. You can't go without a content, right? You must be having a content, you must be having something which you have gathered and you prepared beforehand. So whatever you have prepared beforehand, just check it out and then go to the stage. So when you will go to the stage, you will find like, okay, people are just completely focusing on me, but after 5 minutes, when you will not able to just manage the content, people will literally get bored from you and they say like, this is not a right person, and maybe we are just wasting our time in a wrong way, and I think this must be not the right way to just spend our time. So I think nobody would like to listen you when you are really not like a good speaker. Even though you are a good speaker, but your content is absolutely rubbish, nobody would love to just look at that. And hey guys, mark this thing as well, it's the golden tips that I haven't given so far. I remember I haven't just given this topic or this like this golden rules to anyone so far. The first of all, easy to understand, and the way you're speaking, both of things I want to cover in this like second point. Easy to understand in the sense of your duty must be making people understand that what are you and what you want to tell here. Your duty must not be telling people how much good you are at vocabulary, how much good you are at like English language. No, if you want to do that, you can take a part of any competition. You can be a just competitor of anywhere, wherever you want to go, if you want to show your talent in this way. So public speaker first duty must be that whether my audience are understanding it or not. What is English language? Is the way of communication, right? It's not the checking your grammar, it's not to check your vocabulary, it's way of communication. So when you see your audience must be seeing you as an idol, that the person is speaking, I am understanding. Example, in your speech, when you start speaking or when you start using so much hard or so much grandiloquent words, how are people supposed to understand you? I can do the same thing here, right? I can show off like how many vocabularies I know, and nobody would listen me, because people will say like, I think he's just bragging himself in front of us. Maybe he doesn't know that much, but he's just trying to tell us what we need to do, but unfortunately he's not a kind of person who can teach us. So like, do not brag yourself and do not show off that. Do not be showing off yourselves like, I know these things, I know this thing, I have this much knowledge and vocabulary, I have this much understanding on this topic. So do not go like that. So your like speech must be in like easy to understand, Number third point I want to mention, that is body language. Study finds like human beings speak 65% through their body language. So I think your body speaks more than you just like a verbal conversation. So if you are literally speaking, just try to speak through your body language as well. So there are many body gesture you can check if you're really going to give a speech somewhere. So that's what kind of body language that you need to make when it's come to presentation, when it's come to giving a speech, like on the stage or somewhere. So you can check your body language as well. Fourth point is like be a good listener and observer. Why I'm saying good listener? Public speaker does not mean like you will have to give a speech only in the stage or somewhere. Imagine you are talking to 2 or 3 people. Okay, so you should be a good listener as well, because like listener observe a lot. A listener observes a lot. The more you will observe, the more question you can ask to them, and the more interest you can say or you can show there that you are really actively listening what they are exactly just talking or they are telling to you. An observer in the sense of where you are in the stage, you need to observe your audience, what they want to hear. It's not what you want them to hear. The fact is what they want to hear from you. If someone wants to hear something about like meditation, motivation, you cannot tell them about China's economy. You cannot tell them about like business class things or this thing or this thing. So just try to find out what your audience really want. Here are the best tips, and one of the good tips I'm just going to give you. One of the good tips I'm going to give you: take pause while you're speaking. Taking pause is a very important thing, because when you are taking pause, it's not only that you are taking pause, you are also giving a little bit space to your brain that what you need to say next, and your brain will have a chance to just think about your next sentence. So examples without taking breaks, when you are continuously speaking, so your brain like doesn't get a chance to just think about it like what you are willing to say. So when your brain would not get a chance to just think what like it's suit to deliver next, I think it would be very difficult for you. So let your brain a little bit time to just think or take a pause. During this pause you can also take a little bit deep breath, and your inhale must be a longer than your exhale. So just try to take a deep breath while you are speaking like this. So when you take a deep kind of take pause, you will take deep breath or something, it would give you a confidence to just speak more, and I think you will be finding yourself that you are more focused now in your speech or wherever you are right now. Last point I want to say, it's a crime for a public speaker or motivational speaker to be a negative. So just never be a negative about your personality. Many people say, I'm a public speaker, but when I'm going to give a speech, I am thinking like, would I be enough to make people understand what I want to say? Would I be enough to just facilitate myself as a good speaker? Do not doubt on you. I know you have done enough study in your subject, and public speaker would not be going, or you would not go on the stage without preparation. I know you have done your preparation. So when you have already done your preparation, just try to focus in your positive thought. Just tell some positive things about you. Just tell to yourself that tell yourselves like that I am this much, I'm going to be a good, I'm just really going to rock the stage. Many people are going to listen me. People are waiting to just listen me. So just say this kind of positive things to you, and now you're gonna see there's a dramatic change will happen. So when you are not a judgmental, when you're not negative, only positive thing will happen with you. Just give a obsequious smile to your audience, because when you smile, the world smiles. And that's why Mother Teresa says once like smiling is the best medicine. So never be judgmental, never be like so much in rush, don't be so much hasty, and do not be so much hasty. Just always try to just like try to say the things which is really important. Do not say unnecessary stuff, right? So just try to say which is related to your content, which is related to your speaking, which is related to the way you are trying to tell something. So just never be judgmental or negative. These all are the best tricks which I have given you right now. So please make sure that you can apply them at the right time and the right place and in the right way, so you can get like you can get a lot of benefits from out of it. So just try to understand this question or whatever I have just explained to you here. These are the golden 6 tips. I think I said it as 5 tips, right? But okay, I have given you 6 tips. It would definitely be beneficial for you when I have given you one more tip. So do not get tired and just never give up. Just go with that thing, and inshallah you will achieve your dream. So see you next time in my video, okay? And I'm going to bring some more important topic for you as well. Have a good night. Take care.